Yeah, it's working, but
Ya.
only for Luis.
Señores,
Oh,
ya
no.
está, ya estamos aquí.
¿Ya?
Ahora
¿Now?
sí. Sí, ya está.
Yeah.
Perdonad,
Muy
sorry.
They can hear us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bueno, bienvenidos, bienvenidas a una entrevista después de mucho tiempo sin estar aquí en directos. Por fin volvemos. Espero que sea la primera de muchas en una nueva temporada. Estamos muy felices de volver de nuevo al rodeo. Y empezamos con una muy potente entrevista a un ilustrador, artista increíble con un talento descomunal. Se llama David, lo conocemos como Kopfstoff, es, si no me recuerdo mal, es de Alemania. Y ahora es más conocido, sobre todo por ser el artífice de la carátula oficial del juego de Last of Us Parte 1. Y nada, lo tenemos aquí. Bienvenido, David. Un placer tenerte con nosotros.
Luis says, welcome to The Last of Us, and he made a presentation of your entire work, and he says that you're David, but you are in Kopfstoff on internet. So, and right now you are really known because you are the author of the cover of The Last of Us Part 1. It's an incredible work. So, welcome.
Thank you, guys. I'm glad to be here, actually. And I'm also kind of a little nervous, but I told you already. Yeah, but I'm super glad to be here. And also, obviously, I got the chance to do this cover, of course.
No, David dice que está muy emocionado y tal de estar aquí, que está muy contento de eso mismo y nada, por eso empecemos.
Perfecto. Pues nada, empezamos, David, con la primera pregunta y la más, a veces más interesante. Cuéntanos, ¿quién es David Blatt?
Luis asks you the first question and probably the most important. Who is David Blatt?
A guy that started pretty early on drawing, found his passion in it. Like that was basically the thing that always, have been on beside me on my way. The dream that I followed and always was the only thing that was like constant from the early beginning. So yeah. I don't know how much I can talk before you have to translate, so that it's not too much. Like you have to tell me.
Yeah, it's not too much, so I can translate it.
Okay.
Dice que es un chico que empezó muy pronto a dibujar y que eso siempre ha sido una constante en su vida y es lo que ha seguido haciendo pues día a día, poco a poco.
Y
Have something more to say?
por lo que sé, tienes familia, tienes tu trabajo y básicamente te conocemos como ilustrador. ¿Algo más a destacar de tu vida?
He says that you have family, you're a really good artist because we know you as an illustrator, artist. You have something more to show us about your life that you say, oh, this is good.
Well, I can tell you that like my father is like he went to school to learn a painter of walls. Like that's the job he learned. Like not really painting stuff like illustrations or stuff like that. Just painting walls white for other people. Like a normal. It's Maler and Lackierer in German. It's like the guy who makes the walls white for other people. But my mom got a little bit more into illustration, and she's like an architect. And that's the worst thing for me, like drawing buildings, like the exact lines of it and perspective of houses and stuff like this. I like more the natural, not so perfect, mathematically aligned things to draw, like humans or animals, especially characters. And I guess like I got some of the talent from my parents, definitely, and my like my grandma from father's side is a real painter. Like she's doing art, crazy stuff with colors and stuff like this, but I never met her. I don't know anything about her basically. But yeah, that's for the background from the family, I guess.
Okay. I'm just writing everything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
sorry.
oh my God.
It's...
Yes. I'm crazy right now. Vale, dice que la cosa, ¿no?, que destaca es que su padre fue a la escuela de Italia y aprendió lo que es en sí a pintar, pero no a pintar como tal, una cosa así artística, sino a pintar paredes. Es un trabajo simplemente que es el tipo que pintaba las paredes de blanco. Pero su madre sí que tiene una parte más artística, que es una cosa como de arquitectura. Básicamente estudió arquitectura y es como cuadrar los edificios exactamente, y eso él dice que no le va. Que no, que él lo que le gusta es los trazos de la naturaleza, los animales, las personas, en fin, todos los personajes que va haciendo, que eso le da un tanto de vida. Y otra cosa que ha sido una influencia en su vida muy, muy grande es su abuela por parte de padre, creo que ha dicho, que era una gran artista y que le ha influenciado mucho, o sea, que viene de una familia de artistas.
Vamos.
And I have one small example that I always bring up if people ask me when I started to paint. So if you want, I can tell you guys.
Oh, vale. Dice un ejemplo más de cómo el dibujo y tal. A ver, show us. Show.
All right. So basically, it's a photograph. I also shared it on my DeviantArt years ago. And my mother used to tell me that when people ask, oh, he's drawing a lot, your child, when did he start? And on the photograph, you see me as a little child. I don't know how old exactly. And there's the window, and it's all fogged up, like it's all blurry, you can't see through. Mm-hmm. And I was crying a lot, and they can't stop my weeping. And that's when my mother or my father, I can't remember exactly, showed me that I'm able to paint on this window. And that's when I stopped crying immediately. And they couldn't get me away from that window, and I was drawing stuff like that. And they did a picture because I was so fixed on drawing. And they made that picture, and I love it because you can still see the tear, but I'm like, oh, this is so good drawing. And that's basically I think the start of it all. I never stopped drawing since then.
Oh my God. Vale, dice que tiene una foto en su DeviantArt, ¿no?, que es de cuando era pequeño, que era un día, ¿no?, estando de niño, y se ve que está en la casa y tal, con una ventana completamente tapada por lo que es la humedad. Y entonces él estaba llorando y tal, y los padres, no sabe si su padre o su madre, le enseñó que podía dibujar en la ventana, en lo que es el propio vaho. Uh-huh. Y que no paraba de llorar, y que tú ves la foto, ¿no?, y se ve como la lagrimita y todo eso, pero ahí está el dibujo y puedes verlo ahí perfectamente en la foto. Uf,
qué bueno, qué bueno.
I didn't copy anything because I just took your history, like, oh my God, that's great.
I got to show you the picture once. I mean, you can all look it up. I think it's in the gallery of my DeviantArt. If you just Google DeviantArt and Kopfstoff, you can see it, like, and then you go on gallery, and it's like the earliest thing. Like if you go all back, then there's this one photo. I managed to do the gallery so that it's the beginning of the gallery. And I can tell you guys about Kopfstoff if you want to.
Oh, okay. I'm going to translate. Vale, dice que está en la galería de DeviantArt, que si lo queréis ver es de las primeras cosas que hay de su galería. Tenéis que ir un poco a lo profundo, y de eso a DeviantArt Kopfstoff, ¿vale? Creo que puedo dejaros el link por aquí, por el chat. Y ya está. Y ahí vais mirando un poco por eso mismo, y que dice que puede contarnos un poco más de quién es Kopfstoff, si quieres.
Sí, de hecho, me encantan estas historias, nos encanta, menos yo creo que la comunidad de Last of Us nos encanta conocer mucho más en profundidad a la persona que hay detrás, ¿no? Y el hecho de escuchar estas historias tan pequeñas, profundas y a la vez es maravilloso, así que por favor, cuéntanos más. De hecho, una de las preguntas era saber de dónde viene este nombre de Kopfstoff.
Oh, Juice says that, yes, please tell us more.
Okay. I was like, what's coming now? Because it was explaining so much. Okay.
Yeah, because we love to know the stories behind people. And one of the questions was like, where it comes from the Kopfstoff name. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, when I was studying at university, I figured out I need a place where I can show my art. Basically, not just for me to have a kind of an archive where I can just put it all and have it safe in the internet, but also to show like family and also other students that I'm chatting with and elaborating with, to just have it at one place. And when it came to figuring out a name, it's so stupid basically, but when I was trying to figure out a name, I used to register at Blogspot. And because I was pretty much into rhyming and hip hop and stuff like that, I was figuring out like a punchline and a name that should rhyme on the URL that is blogspot.com. And so I figured I'd just make it kopfstoff.blogspot.com. So it's like a boom, 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 boom. And then figured out like it's the German phrase, like, what did I say? Kopf denke, ich lenke. And it's basically saying like, head, think for me, and I will guide the way for you. So I will show you the way with my hand, so to say. And it's basically me trying to figure out that all the stuff that I have mixed up in my head, I want to put on the paper, and I do this through my body. And that's like Kopf denke, ich lenke, and that's like the Kopfstoff, the stuff that is in my head. And that's basically it. And I just wanted to make it rhyme, and that's because it's kopfstoff.blogspot.com. That's all. And to finish it up, I was never going to use that as an artist name. I was just David, who likes to draw. And at one point, I was visiting, like it's a bigger, how you say, like a ferry, like an industrial ferry for comic books in Germany. It's pretty large. And I went there to meet some independent comic artists. And one guy I was a fan of, I went to his booth and wanted him to do me a little sketch inside of the comic book I bought of him. Greetings to Ingo. If you see or hear this any time in the future. And he was like, oh, I know you. You're Kopfstoff, right? And I was like, and it took a while for me to think about what he was just saying, because I wanted to say, no, I'm David. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I'm Kopfstoff. You're right. Yeah. And that was basically the first time I was called Kopfstoff. And then I thought, if a guy like him remembers me as Kopfstoff, I will keep it. And it's Kopfstoff from that day on.
Vale, okay.
Sorry.
Don't worry. I just copy everything. Okay, wow. Dice que cuando estaba en la universidad, ¿no? Estaba pensando, ¿no? En cómo mostrar su arte. Y claro, pues lo que quedaba en ese punto, me he dicho algo que era Blogspot, creo que era, sí, donde podía mostrar su arte a la familia, a los amigos, a todo el mundo. Y claro, para empezar a poner nombre decía que era una cosa muy estúpida, que lo que quería hacer que tuviera ritmos, ¿vale? Entonces, claro, era como Kopfstoff, blogspot.com y así, pam, que es lo que he estado haciendo. Sí. Pero claro, el propio nombre lo que viene a significar es lo que sale de mi cabeza es lo que yo hago, ¿vale? Dejadme como que, o sea, lo que yo piense, se guíe mi mano y así haga esos dibujos. Y ahora la cosa empezó como un nick así tonto y tal, hasta que un día le cogieron y le dijeron en la, me parece que ha dicho, la industria del furry comic, me parece que ha dicho, no sé muy bien, pero le pidieron hacer un cómic, porque necesitaban un cómic independiente, en definitiva, y ahora alguien le dijo, hey, tú eres Kopfstoff, ¿no? Y dice, ¿eh? Y se quedó un poco pillado porque dijo, no, perdona, soy David, ¿no? O sea, porque él siempre ha querido ser conocido como David, no como Kopfstoff, claro. Y tal. Y dice, sí, claro, soy Kopfstoff, porque luego pensó y dice, claro, el nick de internet, ¿sabes? Y desde entonces pues se ha quedado.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You got it all, you're perfect. Super good.
David, ¿sabes algo de español?
No, not, but the key elements, like they're popping up from the sentences, and I was always like checking for these bits to follow along, and I was like, oh, there's another one. Oh yeah, she got that also. Yeah, and that's why I said you got that. And also because I make those large sentences, and she can translate everything. It's perfect.
More or less.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
That's right. Okay, Luis.
Vale, bueno, traduce para quien no sepa inglés.
Claro, que dice que no es que sepa español, pero que sí entiende las líneas generales, ¿no? de lo que se van hablando por aquí. Así que cuidado con lo que escribí en el chat. I said to everybody, be careful. What do you write on the chat? Because you understand mostly Spanish.
Okay.
Muy bien. Vale, bueno, llevamos ahora un ratito y vamos a entrar en materia, porque evidentemente donde se conoció mucho a Kopstov a nivel de internet, a nivel de redes, fue gracias a los dibujos que has hecho de The Last of Us. Y algo que tanto ha provocado a nivel internacional que te conozca mucha más gente es gracias a un libro que has hecho y llamado The First of Us. Cuéntanos, primero, si quieres, cómo empezó el tráfico de querer hacer dibujos de The Last of Us y luego cómo surgió la idea de hacer The First of Us.
Okay, Luis is saying that you're famous on internet, okay, you're famous on Twitter, and most of them is because of The Last of Us these years, because you made a lot of pictures, a lot of drawings about The Last of Us, and one of the things that people know is that you made The First of Us. So first of all, Luis, ¿puedes repetir la pregunta un momento que se me ha ido?
No, no te preocupes. La pregunta es, primero, ¿cómo le surgió el hecho de querer hacer dibujos de Last of Us? Y luego, ¿cómo nació The First of Us?
Okay, so the question, because I lost, is how starts The First of Us? How comes the idea to you? And then how The Last of Us it's born, okay? How The Last of Us born to be created? I don't know if it's...
Okay, I don't think I understood the second question content-wise. Like, should I say how or when I started getting interested in The Last of Us and did art for The Last of Us? Because I did that before The First of Us, and then at one point I decided to make The First of Us, and I mean I can do it like this if you want.
Okay, no, the question is like, how comes the idea to do The First of Us?
Okay, I got that.
I made the question like,
yeah, no problem. I remember I think it was the first release date for The Last of Us Part 2. And I was so happy, and I was counting like the weekends. That was my kind of counting towards this deadline, the release date. And I was always looking at the calendar at work and stuff, and I was like, oh, just another 2 more weeks, 1 more week. And then it got delayed. And I was like, oh, damn it. It was years, you know it. I mean, I don't have to tell you guys how long we've waited for Part 2. And since it was like announced. And when they delayed it, I was having dinner with my family, with my little son. He was pretty small back then, and with my wife. And I was like, while I was eating, I was like, oh man, guys, today is the day that The Last of Us would have been released. And I could play it for today, basically, if it wasn't delayed. And that's when I was counting the days for the new release date. And I was figuring out, again, like for weekends or weeks, I counted. And I was figuring out like it's 15 Fridays until the new release. And that's when I came up with the idea. Basically, while having dinner and shortly after going to bed, before I go to bed, I was like telling my wife, I have an idea. I want to do, like, there's this thing like Fan Art Friday. I mean, you know it on Twitter, I guess. Basically, artists all over the world post their fan arts on a Friday and use the hashtag Fan Art Friday. And I was like, I want to try something new. Like I want to do a drawing, like a real ink drawing, every Friday until the new release, starting from today, or it was a day before the release, and I was telling my wife I will start tomorrow when the game would have come out, and I will do an artwork every Friday until the new release, and I'm gonna give it away for free. And yeah, just translate that and then I continue from there.
Ok. Vale, dice que la primera fecha de estreno de The Last of Us 2, ¿no? Él las iba contando por semana, estaba como todos nosotros súper impaciente de conseguirlo, y lo iba contando eso por fines de semana. Cada viernes decía, pues falta una semana, falta 2 semanas, y así poco a poco. Y ahora, a falta de eso mismo, de lo que era, pues se retrasó. Se retrasó y como nos fastidió a todos, la verdad. Y entonces estaba cenando él con su familia y decía, vaya, es que mañana se habría estrenado The Last of Us. Y entonces le vino la idea y dijo, ostras, quedan 15 viernes para que se estrene The Last of Us parte 2. Pues después de terminar de cenar y antes de irse a dormir se lo dijo a su mujer, dice, si ya lo que voy a hacer es cada viernes un fan art, y cada viernes pues lo voy a dar gratis a la persona que eso mismo en Twitter pues lo consiga y tal. Y lo hizo durante 15 viernes, estuvo haciendo The First of Us hasta que ya se fuera la fecha de estreno, y empezó justamente al día siguiente, que era el día justo en el que se debería haber estrenado The Last of Us parte 2.
Qué bueno. Qué bueno.
Okay. Should I roll on?
¿Tienes algo que contar de esto? ¿Tenías algo que contarnos? ¿Puede ser?
Oh, he said that if you have something to tell us. Un momento, Luis, es que dice que todavía no ha terminado, por eso va a continuar un poquito más. You can continue, please.
Okay. So at this point, when I told my wife I want to do these drawings for the Fridays and give it away for free, I was figuring out like how to do that, and I was thinking like do a little game, but also the point I wanted to make is that it's not about selling the art, making profit out of it, or gaining fame or anything like that. It was basically really my attempt to show my love for the franchise, for the characters, for the story, for the character development, and to just give it away for free. No intentions, not knowing where it will be going, just knowing it will be hopefully guys that also like The Last of Us. And the name The First of Us came because I wanted to give it away for the first person who put a white heart under the tweet. And I think that was the basic plan. Like the person had to comment firstly and do the white heart, and the white heart was for me the symbol to just offering the love for the franchise and for the characters basically. And when I did the first, I think it was the first one or maybe 2 or even 3 of the 15 images I gave away, people were figuring out, that's my guess actually, people figuring out bots and how to comment like in milliseconds underneath the tweet with a heart. And it was going so fast that I felt like it's not fair. I think I also, that was the point, exactly. And then I had to try something new. And that's when I came up with a question. I asked the question first before I released the image. And I looked at the image and tried to figure out kind of a riddle that you can just answer if you have seen the image. So you couldn't answer the question before seeing the image. So you had to wait until it was tweeted, then look at the image, search for the answer, and then type in the answer and give me the heart. And this way I thought I'm the brain. No bot can I curse here? I don't think so. So no bot can beat me on that. And that's when the real First of Us was started, like giving it away for a question. You had to look at the image, answer the question, gave me the heart, and then you were the First of Us.
Ok, vale. Bueno, pues al principio no se preguntaba cómo hacerlo, esto de The First of Us, ¿no? Y entonces pensó en un pequeño juego. No quería venderlo, no quería sacar un beneficio. Lo que quería mostrar era su amor por la franquicia, por los personajes y por cómo estos se desarrollaban en todo el mundo de The Last of Us. Entonces quería dar lo que era ese arte a los fans que con suerte a alguno de ellos pues le gustase la franquicia. Claro, ¿quién va a venir a buscar arte de The Last of Us que no sea alguien que le guste The Last of Us? Entonces, al principio, ¿no? Pues empezó poniéndolo y el primero que tuitease una respuesta, pues se lo llevaba. En eso consiste The First of Us, el primero de nosotros, o el primero de los nuestros. Entonces, claro, al principio todo bien, pero fue sobre el primer, segundo, tercer dibujo cuando se dio cuenta de que había unos bots y que hacían, y en milisegundos ya contestaban. ¿Sabe? ¿Quién lo quiere? Yo, pues ya está. Y se lo llevaba. Entonces decía, esto no es justo, hay que hacer otra cosa. Y pensó y dice, oye, pues voy a hacer algo en el arte que venga una pregunta de esa misma obra de tal forma que tengas que ver la obra para resolver la pregunta y eso los bots no pueden hacerlo. Y así pues lo hizo. Eso mismo, tú tenías que ver la imagen, después de ver la imagen, buscar la respuesta, contestar y darle a like. Entonces ya pues se lo llevabas.
Vale, David. Te voy a poner en primer plano. Te voy a poner en primer plano.
Oh. Said that you are going to
Díselo.
you are in a big screen right now.
Okay.
Yes? Let's go?
I should show something, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I got a little bit nostalgic when I got the question earlier today from Louis, if I might be able to do a little drawing like back in the days for the First of Us and maybe give it away. And so I did. And I figured some of you guys may enjoy this guy.
Yeah.
Dice que se ha vuelto nostálgico después de la pregunta de Luis por los tiempos de The First of Us y que seguro que suena este tío. Nah, ninguno suena, ¿eh?
And so it's basically the same paper. Oh, sorry, that was my microphone. Just a second. It's basically the same paper like I used for the First of Us. It's exactly the same sketchbook. It's the same ink. It's like kind of a fallback to back in the days when I did these all Friday. Every Friday.
Que es el mismo
for
papel.
3 months,
la misma...
I think.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes. Dice que es el mismo papel, que es la misma tinta, todo lo mismo de First of Us, ¿vale? Todo igual y lo mismo que estuvo haciendo durante todos los viernes de esos 3 meses hasta que se estrenó The Last of Us, parte 2.
Muy bien.
Everybody in the chat is like, oh my god, it's
Pues,
Just a second.
Querido David, esta lámina que has hecho, ¿qué quieres hacer con ella?
She says, what do you want to do with this picture?
I'm just hitting this little button now.
Oh my god.
And then you're gonna figure it out live. It's insane, the technology, guys. Look at this. I'm gonna push this button now, and you should see something coming up in a bit.
Dice que va a apretar este botón y que deberíais estar viendo ahora mismo algo en este instante.
Should be there.
Vale.
Ya debería estar aquí.
Seguidores, fans de The Last of Us, entiendo que habéis llegado aquí gracias a Twitter. Señor querido, nuestro David Blatt ha publicado un tweet en su cuenta en el que sorteará esta lámina tan preciosa que ha hecho hoy, especialmente para hoy, para los que estáis aquí hoy presentes en este maravilloso directo. Para poder participar tenéis que darle retweet al tweet que ha publicado David, que ahora os pondremos el enlace aquí en el chat, por si no lo encontráis. Y tenéis que seguir las dos cuentas de Last of Us Es y su propia cuenta Kopfstoff. El ganador será publicado hoy mismo cuando terminemos la charla aquí en directo, sin trampa ni cartón. ¿Vale? Solamente hay un detalle que tenéis que tener en cuenta. El ganador tendrá que correr con los gastos de envío de dicha lámina, ¿vale? Pero el coste del artista, de su tiempo, de su talento, Eso es lo que os regala con este sorteo. Así que los que queráis participar, tenéis el enlace ya en el chat, que nos lo ha compartido nuestro compañero Jonastic. Y nada, darle retweet, darle amor. Y luego al final daremos el ganador. Gracias por este detallazo, David. Gracias.
You're welcome, guys.
I'm going to translate for everybody on the chat. You have to give a retweet on that tweet, and you have to follow The Last of Us is Copstuff account on Twitter, and then you have to wait here for the end of the streaming to know who's the winner.
And one thing about the postage, guys, I can tell it also. Basically, the person who's the lucky winner to get this Joel drawing, because this is worldwide, you have to pay the postage costs.
Oh, yes.
I won't take this. You got the drawing for free, so don't be greedy, guys.
Yes, sorry, I didn't translate that. Me ha dicho lo de los gastos de envío.
Perfecto.
Okay.
Vale, genial. Pues ya está dicho
okay.
en español y en inglés. Genial.
Yeah.
Es importante, porque hay mucha gente, estoy viendo aquí, que no habla español, así que es bueno que estén las dos opciones. Genial. Ahora que ya tenemos esto, que está en marcha, el sorteo en marcha, vamos a seguir una charla ahora también un poco. Tenía ganas de que saliera ya este momento para poder ya respirar un poco más tranquilo y la gente pueda ir participando. Iremos recordándolo a través del directo, en lo de para que participéis en el sorteo. David, cuéntanos, como fan de The Last of Us, cuéntanos cómo llegaste a conocer The Last of Us. ¿Qué te provocó ese juego?
Okay. Okay. David, sorry, I'm just putting the screen. Sorry. Juice is asking, how do you get to know The Last of Us? What was the feeling that you have with this game? Can you tell us a little bit?
Yeah. Basically, I really much enjoyed the Uncharted games before The Last of Us was announced, the first game, because it was like all this nostalgia coming back with Indiana Jones movies and being a child and this endless adventure stuff. But it felt kind of, and I heard that word so often, but I have to put it here, it didn't feel that grounded like The Last of Us was going to be. And when the first announcement trailer came, I was just an intern at the studio I'm working right now, video game studio. And I watched it and immediately I felt like that's what was missing. Like the talent was there. So the talent in the Uncharted games, I enjoyed them, playing them. And but that was like the perfect fit for me. It was like my game. I knew it from the first. You remember that teaser trailer thing where Ellie's coming into the house and she's hearing Joel from up above and she's going up there and she's looking for bullets from the dead guy, and then there comes the clicker and it all ends with the door slamming open and they're going into the wild. And I saw that and I was like, these guys probably just making the game I was seeking for so long, and it was that. And when I played it, I remember I wanted to have the collector's edition back then, and I knew there was like a Europe collector's edition with the small. It was like what's it called in English? It was like a little bag and you could open it. It was a black bag and there was either Ellie on top or Joel on top. And then you got some small extras like the comic book and small and stuff like that. But I wanted the real thing. And I think it was, what was it called? There were two editions, one with the statue and one with the comic book and the art book, the big Dark Horse art book. Was it not survival edition, but something like pandemic edition? It was the survival edition, I think.
It's
The one with
edition.
the art book. Pandemic edition.
I think it's pandemic edition, the one that you said.
Okay, and
really big one.
I pre-ordered it from Canada, and I didn't give it wasn't the problem that I had to wait so long and pay so much more, but I wanted to have the big art book. And I remember the release date came, and everyone around me who was also interested in the game was already playing it. And I was like, damn, I can't wait like 3 more weeks to play this, and everyone else is having fun already. So I bought it again, the regular German edition, so that I can play it on release date, and waited for my collector's edition to arrive. And after the collector's edition arrived, I sold the German standard edition again and kept the American collector's edition. And yeah, what do I have to tell you guys about how much I love The Last of Us and how it affected me, like the writing, the characters, the character development, graphics, the honest brutality, not just gore-wise, but also in terms of how societies work if everything comes to just a fucked up place. And it was, for me, the zombies or the clickers was just the frame for the things to happen, like basically you can say the same thing for The Walking Dead. Like, the zombies are not the big thing in The Walking Dead. It's more like the relationships that build up or get destroyed, and how people grow in that new environment. It's the frame for everything, and they nailed it. And the ending is still perfect in my eyes. Best video game ending ever. And that's when I started doing fan art, regular fan art.
Okay.
Voy comentando. A los que hacen preguntas por el chat, tened en cuenta que las recogeremos al final de la charla, ¿vale? Cuando ya se acerque a la tramo final es cuando diremos a la comunidad si quiere hacer alguna pregunta a David, ¿vale? Entonces...
Sorry. Okay, I'm here for that. Wait a minute, because I don't know why this. Okay. Dice básicamente que le encantan los juegos y tal, y que le gustan mucho las cosas de aventura, de Indiana Jones y todo eso, pero que que nunca le habían dado tan fuerte en un juego, ¿no? Como sucede con The Last of Us, ¿vale? Que él incluso vio el tráiler, ¿no? Y dijo, ¡buah! Este juego es para mí. Vio el tráiler como Joel estaba ahí peleando, cogía las balas, que se encontraba con el chasqueador, se iban de aquí para allá, abrían las puertas y decía, este juego tiene que ser mío. De hecho, él decía que tiene la versión alemana del juego, pero estaba hablando de las ediciones especiales, de la de Joel y de la de Ellie. No me he enterado bien de cuál tiene, pero sí que tiene las ediciones especiales y tal, y que tenía la Pandemic Edition, o por lo menos la edición especial con el libro de arte, que creemos que es la Pandemic Edition, que la encargó desde Canadá para poder tenerla. O sea, que es un fanático de todo esto. ¿Y qué más con esto mismo? Eso es que lo preordenó y que todo el mundo estaba súper interesado en el juego, que él estaba jugando a su edición alemana de The Last of Us, pero no podía esperar a que viniese esa edición que venía de Canadá, estadounidense, y que seguía jugándolo semana tras semana. ¿Qué más puedes decir sobre lo que le gusta de The Last of Us? Que le encanta los gráficos, la brutalidad honesta que hay allí. Bueno, brutalidad no está en tanto que hay un mundo violento, que el desarrollo de los personajes, que una sociedad que se va a tomar viento, y eso, que sabe que los clickers, los chasqueadores, no son el mayor problema. Algo que sucede también en The Walking Dead, donde los zombies no son el problema, sino las relaciones que construimos por el camino, que se rompen, que si vuelven a estar, que si creas una nueva, y que eso le encanta. Y que al final es un juego que es perfecto a sus ojos y sigue siendo perfecto a sus ojos, y que por eso hace fanarts regulares de este juego, que le encanta.
Maravilloso. David, vamos a hacer un remember. Cuando jugaste el primer de Last of Us, ¿cuál es el momento que más te impactó? El que te sobrecogió el cuerpo.
Okay, so Drew says when you first played, or when you played The Last of Us, what was the moment that shocked you?
Like 10 minutes in, or do you mean another spot in the game?
The entire game.
It was basically, I remember playing the intro sequence, and I never felt like this so connected to virtual characters in a video game so early on. It really struck me in that moment. And the thing is, I wasn't even a father at this time. I was just feeling so much pain in that moment for the character Joel, how they portrayed it, how the character was acted from Troy, and also Sarah. Incredible job with the weeping. it connected, and I mean that moment, that build up, and then the harsh cut to the now in the game, and see how Joel was basically finished with the moral compass you would hope for a guy in this world, like doing all the pirate work, and also drinking a lot, sleeping a lot into the day, and there's no drive in him, and just cargo Joel, that line and stuff like that. And the beginning of this whole journey. And another moment that really hit me hard, I mean, we can talk spoilers and all, I mean, everything who's watching this knows, was the moment when Joel got hit, when he's falling down from that balcony thing and got really hurt. That was the moment where my mouth just kept going open and more open and more open. I was like, no, dudes, what are you doing? And another one I can remember that really hit me hard was the fight with Ellie versus David. I mean, I get goosebumps. I don't know if you can see this, and that's the thing. I mean, the game is from 2013 or something, and I'm afraid to play the remake and see this in the new fidelity, because I still get goosebumps talking about this on my legs right now. And to see how this child, this innocent child that was born into this world, had to deal with something like this and kill another person like this to survive, and the way how she changed with the season. Also, the cut after that was like Joel getting to her and helping her, talking to her, and I loved the fact that you didn't hear any voiceover in this part. It was just, you saw the mouth moving and the music was coming in, but you didn't see what they were talking about. It's not important. The only thing that's important at this moment was the love that was building up between these two characters and how they cared for each other. And the one thing that really, I mean, I'm building up, not tears exactly, but the feelings are coming back. The moment you realize with the season cut afterwards, how that changed Ellie and her personality, how that affected her character, that really hit me hard. Like there was no going back from this point on, and Joel to this moment, and at this moment he wanted to really protect her from stuff like this, and he failed, not because it was his fault, but it's just the world they were living in. And that really hit me hard. And then another thing I remember, the ending, but that's a whole nother thing. Like that calm, told ending with that kind of okay and her eyes. And again, I'm waiting to see it in the remake. I try to get as spoiler free as possible. That was like perfect. So much telling with so small words or less talking. Masterpiece. Like, yeah.
Parece que le ha gustado el juego.
You got that, right, Luis?
Okay. Now I got quick because I really understand the feelings. Ok, dice que la secuencia de entrada, la de que muere Sara, esa le cogió muy fuerte, que lo sintió muchísimo, se sintió muy conectado con este juego, con estos píxeles, y que eso mismo, que él no era padre para entonces, pero que aún así se sintió conectado a través de la actuación de Troy Baker como Joel y de Sara, que fueron muy buenas actuaciones y que de hecho tú lo ves, que como ese hombre está sufriendo y tal, y luego cortan y te ves el crecimiento del propio personaje, como él se ha hecho de acero, vamos a decir, ha hecho su coraza, y ahora duerme durante el día, bebe, se ha convertido en otra persona, y que eso mismo le chocó. El principio de la aventura lo destaca mucho. Otro momento es cuando Joel cae en la universidad, cae del balcón, el momento en el que se quedó con la boca abierta y dijo, oh Dios mío, no, 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 pues no quería que Joel muriera. Y también destaca mucho el momento de la lucha de David y Ellie, en el momento en el que ya Ellie gana a David y cómo ves que la inocencia de ella, que ha nacido en un mundo que es tan truculento, pues se va y ¿por qué? Porque tiene que sobrevivir y hace un acto tan fuerte como es el hecho de matar a una persona y que de hecho tiene miedo de ver esta escena en el remake ya rehecho todo con todos sus gráficos desde la vista del director porque sabe que va a ser muy fuerte. Sobre todo destaca el momento en el que llega Joel, la abraza, se ve la conexión entre ellos dos, están hablando y de repente sube la música y no se oyen las voces, es un momento de ellos dos. Justo cuando cortan, cambian las estaciones, él no soltó ninguna lágrima por aquello de Ellie, pero sí que le impresionó. Justo cuando cambian las estaciones ves ya como Ellie ya es otra persona, ella ha cambiado y tal, y ha cambiado completamente y Joel se da cuenta de que quiere protegerla, no porque deba hacerlo por su trabajo, sino porque no puede vivir en un mundo en el que no es ella, es el mundo en el que quiere vivir. Dice que es el momento en el que dice ese ok, con esa mirada, que quiere verlo en el remake de nuevo, sabe que es perfecto. Pocas palabras, un momento tenso y ok. Dice que es el final perfecto.
¿Existe otro juego mejor que este?
Juice is asking if there's another game that is more perfect than this.
Oh, it's a question, or is it like he's telling me there's another game?
If you have another game, say it.
It's really hard for me to pick like one favorite game. I can't do that. To be honest, it's just like that in like what The Last of Us was trying to achieve. It's like top of the bar for me. Like if I just had to say another game that's running through my head, if I think of almost perfection or that really got me mouth to the floor and just praising what I'm seeing, is like the Inside. You know, Inside from the guys who also did what's it called? Damn it, Limbo. The first one was Limbo, and they took their time. Also, they everything was staged perfectly, like every camera movement, every individual in the game moving, or anything you could interact with. It's like there's no way you could see anything happening differently than they wanted you to see it. And the art style and everything, like I said, almost perfect. But then again, I could, if I think about it more and more, I can tell you a lot of more games that are basically top notch in what they are trying to achieve. And I think it's also good to have that variety and so much to choose from. Yeah, but The Last of Us is very special to me. Yeah.
Ok, dice que es difícil escoger un juego que sea su favorito y tal. Dice que The Last of Us está en el top, está bien alto, pero lo que él llamaría como casi perfección ahora mismo que se le ocurre es el juego de Inside, que es de los mismos creadores de Limbo, que es el que hicieron previamente, que le gusta que se tomaran su tiempo y que tuvieran los detalles en todo lo que pasa en Inside, en tanto al movimiento, las interacciones, el estilo de arte, todo le parece muy muy bueno, que si lo piensa más detenidamente hay más juegos que son para él muy top, que son de lo mejor y tal, y eso es bueno precisamente, que haya tanta variedad de juegos que sean así de buenos y que él los considere como los mejores, pero desde luego The Last of Us ocupa un lugar importante en su corazón, que le gusta muchísimo.
I have another small example, Journey. Also indie game and smaller project, so to say, but I remember the time when I played the game. It was the perfect game for me in that moment, because at this time I was working at UPS in the container, and it was like shift work, morning, midday, and night. And when I came back home, I was so destroyed. I couldn't do anything, couldn't draw. I was killed, and I was getting on the couch and boot up Journey and fell into this world for just an hour or two before I went to bed. And it was like the best thing to play in that time, because I was really getting into this world, feeling the music, the floating and everything like this. So it also, not just the content of the game that I praise so much when I play it, it's also the time when I experience the games that I like so much. Yeah.
Ok. Ok, dice que otro juego es el Journey, que es un juego pequeño y tal, que en el momento en el que lo jugó le parecía perfecto. Era algo que jugaba por las mañanas, tarde o por las noches, daba igual el momento. Y que cuando llegaba a casa estaba agotado, no podía hacer nada, no podía dibujar, se sentía agotadísimo, se ponía Journey y de repente se metía en el mundo de Journey y lo disfrutaba mucho. Eso mismo, justo se metía en el mundo de Journey, y no solo era por el hecho del juego, de pasar el tiempo y tal, sino por el hecho de la experiencia que pasaba allí. Se lo pasaba muy bien.
Muy bonito juego. Sí que es verdad que hay muchos juegos, cada uno con su estilo, con sus formas, que quieras o no, por gustos nos gustarán más unos u otros, y eso es el maravilloso mundo de los videojuegos, ¿no? Que cada uno te hace vivir una historia diferente, una experiencia diferente. Para mí, The Last of Us, como antes he dicho, ¿no? Hay alguno mejor, es porque creo que reúne muchísimos factores de toda índole, de sentimientos, en un único juego. Comentario. Si sé lo que es trasladar.
Sí, yes. He says that there's a lot of games that in experience or in any form, they can be perfect for each other. So we like any games, okay? We have our gustos. we like the games, okay? So, but The Last of Us, for him, it was just a game that got everything that he loves. So for him, it's one of the best because of that.
Yeah, I can totally understand that, because also for me, this game, I mean, I usually go by my gut feeling when I see. I don't look as many trailers as I did years before, because I hate trailers these days, to be honest, especially movie trailers. They are all the same for me. The staging, the funny one-liner joke at the end after the title screen, and I can't stand that they put almost everything in. They don't tease. They don't want to make you get eager to play it yourself. You just get like a summary, basically, if you wait until the end of these trailers. And for The Last of Us, that teaser trailer, they did a clever thing. They didn't show gameplay. I mean, I guess they didn't have that much gameplay to be polished to show it on that detailed level like Naughty Dog is acting if they release something. But they did a clever thing. They showed a moment in that world to make you understand what it's going to be, but they didn't show you exactly what you are going to play one-on-one. It's just like a moment that could happen in that world, in that moment, how you interact with the character and stuff like that. And the moment I saw that, it was so cinematic that I didn't had the feeling this is gameplay, and it didn't had to be that way. I was just getting connected with it, and felt like this is something for me. I think they're gonna nail what I'm looking for when I want to play an adult video game. Like the genre is fitting for me, the third person action shooter game with adventure elements in it, but also the pandemic or the dystopian world thing, but also with the beauty of the nature coming back, and also, like I said, the harsh brutality of surviving. And like I said, I can totally understand you, Lewis. The Last of Us is very special. Yeah.
Ok, dice que normalmente él no ve trailers, que entiende y tal, y que de hecho odia los trailers de las películas porque son todos iguales, siempre empiezan con un momento de acción, las líneas para hacer gracia y no le termina de gustar. Pero que sin embargo el trailer de The Last of Us, el 1, fue muy inteligente porque te mostraba un momento como que era de gameplay, te enseñaba un momento que podía estar o no estar para que te hicieras la idea de lo que te ibas a encontrar en ese mundo. Y al momento que lo vio dijo, vale, sí, puede ser una cinemática, pero me gusta. Y cuando lo vio se dijo, esto es para mí. Es un juego adulto, de acción, violento, sucede en un estadio pandémico, pero que también tiene la belleza de la naturaleza que vuelve a renacer con el mundo y que puede entenderte perfectamente, Luis.
Muy bien. David y fans de The Last of Us, sabemos que en el videojuego nos encontramos una serie de objetos que a veces no sabemos cuál escoger. Los fans sabréis que son los ladrillos y las botellas, ¿no? Y esta comunidad con el tiempo se ha creado como dos bandos, se han creado dos equipos. Y hay un grupo que nos fascina el ladrillo y otro grupo que les fascina la botella. Cada invitado, David, que ha pasado por aquí, le hemos preguntado de qué equipo es. Y por supuesto tenemos que preguntarte, David, ¿tú qué eres, team botella o team ladrillo?
Okay. Okay, this question, I love it because I usually stay in the chat, so I know that what it's. In this community, we have something that we love. That it's we have a little war. That it's there's two teams. It's like Team Brick and Team Bottle, because we have in the Last of Us game we have the bottle and the brick, and everybody has his team. And in the chat you can see some bricks. Yes, a little work. Jonas, think it says huge work. So we want to know, because everybody that comes here to the stream, even we got Tommy. Okay, we made a question: are you team brick or team bottle?
I think if I had to choose between these two, I would be team bottle, because I like the sound of it.
No.
Who else is team bottle?
A lot of people in the chat.
Okay, so at least they are happy, right? But to clarify it, I said if I had to choose, because I always were more like the stealth guy. So I would say the knife and the bow. So yeah, so I hope that at least makes the temperature going down a little bit for the team brick guys.
Don't worry. If you're team bottle, it's okay. I assume it's. Dice que evidentemente es team botella, ¿no? Y que para equilibrar un poco dice que también es team arco y cuchillo, así por si eso nos enfría el ánimo. There's a lot of people in team bottle. Don't worry, you're not alone.
Okay. Thank God. A lot of bottles for me to throw, otherwise.
Y dice que le gusta la botella porque suena bien.
Muy bien. No, coméntale que lo hacemos con mucho amor, esto nos gusta porque esto nos hace un poco, dar un poco de vida, ¿no? Esas pequeñas batallas entre amigos, ¿no? Cuando uno es de un equipo de otro, ¿no? Siempre dentro de una buena hermandad.
Okay, Juice says that don't worry, we are friends. It's just like a little game between us, because it's like a little war between each of us. because we're friends, like, oh, I'm a bottle, yes, I'm better, no, I'm a brick, because you
Are
can do
they
this with a brick.
Are they set up equally, or is it like I imagine now a hill of stones and like 3 bottles or something like that, and it's like not fair at all? Or is it like at least a little bit equal?
I'm going to ask Luis, but I think it's equal. Dice que sí, más o menos está equilibrado, porque a ver si vas a ver un montón de ladrillos y 3 o 4 botellas.
A ver,
pregunta a ti también.
If not, I get out a big bottle
David,
for you guys.
No llevo a menos de las personas que entrevisto no llevo un recuento, pero yo diría que está más o menos a la mitad. Las personas que han pasado por aquí, que si no sabes bien, David, han pasado actores de doblaje de España, han pasado desarrolladores de Naughty Dog, han pasado también actores y músicos del videojuego, y alguno nos venía con botella, otro con un ladrillo, al final más o menos a mitad. Y en el chat, bueno, en la comunidad, yo diría que también podría haber un 50-50, aunque es una sensación mía y no por tirar para mí, pero creo que hay más ladrillos que botellas.
Okay, Luis says that don't worry, there's a lot of people here, and he doesn't count everybody that comes here. If it's a bottle or if it's a brick, here came developers of Naughty Dog, musicians, artists, actors.
Oh, I want to know which team are they on.
You can see that.
I have to watch all the interviews. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I won't sleep at all. Yeah.
We got Riley actress and Tommy actor here.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that Riley was team brick, I think, and I think that Tommy was team border.
Oh,
I can't remember.
Okay,
but you can see
on my side. That's good.
And we have dubbed actors from Spain that they are team brick, team border, don't worry. And on the chat, probably they're like 50-50 team border, team brick. And he said that it's not because he's team brick, but probably bricks wings. There's more bricks.
No offense. Bottle's gonna break. I know, sorry.
Que por cierto, ha dicho antes que si hay pocas botellas, que él tiraba la botella más grande para ayudar.
Ya. Muy bien. Vale, David, ahora, evidentemente, has hecho un boom, sobre todo en redes, por haber creado una carátula para un remake de The Last of Us Parte 1, una carátula que es bellísima, o sea, vamos, eso es... O sea, si te dicen una nota del 1 al 10, un 11. Cuéntanos cómo llega este trabajo a ti. Cuéntanos esa historieta.
Okay, Juice says that now you got a boom on your social media because you create the cover of The Last of Us Part 1, and your work was from 1 to 10 and 11. So
thank you.
So he wants to know how this work comes to you.
Okay, where to begin? I did the First of Us thing, and because of that, it really blew up in those like 3 months or something. In between somewhere, I can't recall actually, but the people got more and more, and it was really cool to see the community getting together and reacting with my tweets like that. And I also saw some of the guys joining the chat earlier. I recognized from Twitter, and I appreciate all of you guys, really do. Like-minded people, and to chat with these over the years with Twitter, and I'm drifting away, sorry. To answer your question. I did the First of Us thing, and more people followed me on Twitter. And under these people were also Naughty Dog developers and artists, directors, producers, a lot of guys from different fields of the of that studio. And one of these guys were also Neil. And oh, my dog is coming in. Hello.
El perrito que ha venido. I'm going to
Oh, she's
translate
so
a little
cute.
bit, so stay with your
Yeah,
talk.
do it.
Dice que hizo The First of Us, ¿vale? Que es algo que fue muy grande y en los últimos meses pues la gente venía más y más, se unía al fandom y que le pareció genial ver a la comunidad tan unida, ¿vale? Y que reaccionase así, que él aprecia muchísimo todos los comentarios que ponéis en Twitter, en su canal y tal, que eso mismo, que quiere muchísimo a la gente que comentáis en Twitter. Y eso mismo, y bueno, que estáis día a día, claro está. Y que, bueno, que se enrollaba un poco, que decía que el The First of Us lo seguía mucha gente en definitiva y que muchas de esas personas eran artistas, directores, productores, desarrolladores y gente de Naughty Dog. Y que uno de estos era Neil Druckmann.
Exactly, and I noticed them liking the tweets with the art, and of course I felt really honored to see how far this went, that it wasn't just the community enjoying the games, but also the people who are making the games. And Neil offered me a commission. He wanted that I draw something for him privately, and it wasn't attached in any way to Naughty Dog at all. It was just a private commission, and of course I said yes. And I think that was like how the ball got start rolling, so to say, and how to continue. Just translate that for the bit, maybe.
Okay. Decía que eso mismo, que vio que Neil le daba like a algunos de los dibujos que estaban relacionados con lo mismo, con The Last of Us, y el que se sintió muy honrado, porque no solo la comunidad le daba like y le gustaba lo que estaba viendo, sino que también estaba viendo que las mismas personas que hacían el juego, pues eso mismo, que le daban like, que les gustaba actualmente su trabajo. Y que Neil le pidió una comisión fuera de The Last of Us. ¿Le decimos que la gente quiere ver el perro? No sé.
Es lo que te iba a decir. Antes de continuar con esta pregunta y respuesta que estamos ofreciendo, David, somos muy amantes de los animales y si no te importa, nos gustaría conocer a tu perrito.
David, everybody in the chat wants to see your dog.
Oh, damn it.
Because we love animals and we're like, oh my gosh, show the dog, show the dog.
Lana,
if it's
come
possible.
here. Lana, come here. Lana. She's coming, I think.
Oh.
Lana, come.
Parece que está viniendo. Ella. Es ella.
Mírala.
Oh.
I don't know if you see her.
La ven,
She's
la
like,
vemos.
she's black, so I don't think if you see the face. Lana, come here. Come here.
Dice que eso mismo, que no sabe si está viendo la cara. ¿Le estáis viendo la cara?
Sí, qué bonito.
Everybody's like, oh, it's so cute. No,
Yes,
it's beautiful.
I'm so in love.
Lana
I'm so in love with her. Her name is Lana, and we call her Lani, and she's 11 months old, and she's a rescued dog from Greece. Like she and her, I think 4 siblings were beside the road, and 2 of them stayed in Greece, and 2 more, I think 3 got to Germany, and we saw her and we fell in love with her, and we took her and we went on vacation with her, and she's loving us, and it's a team made in heaven. She's now family. We love her.
Se dice que se llama Lana, que la llaman Lani, ¿vale? Y que tiene 11 meses, que es una perrita rescatada, que además parece una protectora y tal, pues la rescataron de lo mismo, de que estaba en la carretera junto con sus hermanos, que 3 han ido a Alemania y el resto pues, también han sido adoptados, y que cuando la vieron, pues se enamoraron de ella. Y ahí está, y es un miembro más de la familia.
Qué bueno.
Muy bonito.
Qué grande eres. Muy bueno, muy bueno. Pues sí, ahora puedes proseguir, perdona, con la respuesta.
So you can continue with
Okay.
that.
I got it. So another person that was following me was a producer from Sony, and we were in the talks basically because I was also talking to Arnie. He's now vice president or co vice president, I think, from Naughty Dog.
Yes, he's one of the vice presidents right now.
Yes, and by the time he was like, what was it called, like I think director of communications or community manager, something.
Yes, he was like the leader of the community.
Exactly, like social media and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why I saw that he's following me, and I was talking to him about if it's possible to make a small print run from The First of Us. And we were talking back and forth, and he was telling me how to avoid problems with Sony or Naughty Dog in detail, and that a small print run wouldn't be any problem at all. And so I was in the talk with these guys, basically on and off, and I was always open for opportunities, of course. I mean, who wouldn't? Especially in my position at that point. And I remember pitching that also and saying, if there's anything I can do, please let me know. I'm open for everything. And it took basically years, I think. I don't know exactly, but when the first print one came out in the second edition, there was a gap of a year. Also between the first edition and the second edition already. And it took a long while. And at one point, I got an email from Naughty Dog, and they were asking me if I would be interested in working with them. And it took a little while longer because I had to sign an NDA before I got any notice of what it actually is that I could work on. But I remember that in that mail I got, there was this small sentence at the end, and that was like from Josh. Greetings to Josh, if you're hearing this, you still made my day with this message, with this small message. It was like, look for the light. And I was like, damn, it's gonna be The Last of Us. It has to be The Last of Us. This is not, please don't be just the marketing thing, the sentence they put under every email. And then I signed the NDA so that I won't talk about anything that I would do for them. And then I got the message back, and they basically asked me if I want to do the collector's edition, like the steelbook and the 4 comic covers. And maybe you know that I already told you guys, I have also a small background with comic stuff, more independent than big stuff, but I also did one variant cover for Marvel once. And I remember waking up to this email, opening my eyes, reading it, screaming for my wife, and was telling her, you have to be careful what you wish for because it could come true. And my problem was I was torn, basically, because one side in me was like, what's going on? This is a dream come true. I can't believe it. And the other side was, I can't manage to do that on the side as a side job with my regular 24/7 job, so to say, full-time job. There was also in the development for video games. And that's when I figured I have to talk to my studio if I'm allowed to do a thing I cannot talk about, but I have to do it because it's a dream come true. And they offered me a month, basically unpaid leave to get that side project done. And again, I'm so grateful for this because I kept them in the dark. I couldn't tell them anything. I was just like, there's this project and I need time to do it. And it's a dream come true for me. And please let me do this. And they did. And I really appreciate it. And that's when the collector's edition got signed off, so to say.
Ok, más o menos ya al final me he quedado con ellos. Dice que hablaba aquí, empieza por aquí. decía que otra persona le seguía, que era un productor de Sony, que él hablaba con Arnett, ¿vale? Que era el encargado de las redes sociales y tal.
En su momento,
Sobre todo,
antes de ser vicepresidente, ¿no?
eso mismo, antes de ser vicepresidente, porque se encargaba de las redes sociales, justamente. Ha sacado un clip de lana. Entonces, hablaban sobre todo para evitar problemas con los dibujos, con Sony, porque hacía giveaway y luego salió el The First of Us, que era el libro, y claro, si lo querías comercializar, pues podrías tener un problema. Y hablando con él, pues poco a poco les iba diciendo, porque hablaba con ellos y tal muchas veces, que siempre que necesitaran algo, que él estaba ahí, por si necesitaban cualquier cosa y tal, y siempre se ofrecía. Y después de años, después de haber publicado el The First of Us, que podría ser como al año de publicarlo, en un momento tuvo un email de Naughty Dog de si estaba interesado en trabajar con ellos, pero que tenía que firmar el acuerdo de confidencialidad, lo que yo entiendo que me estaba diciendo, y que vio debajo como una pequeña firma, ¿no? Que decía que era de Josh y ponía algo como Look for the Light, ¿vale? Y decía, oh, Dios mío, es de Last of Us, es de Last of Us. Y dijo, totalmente, estoy en ello. Y firmó y nada. Y estaba súper ilusionado que contaran con él y eso mismo. Que eso mismo. Y le preguntaron que si quería trabajar en lo que era el Steelbook y en los cómics y en la portada que hemos visto. Y que recuerda hablar con su mujer y decirle, cuidado con lo que sueñas porque se puede hacer realidad. Pero por una parte estaba, wow, es un sueño hecho realidad, es maravilloso, pero por otra parte estaba un poquito obcecado porque no sabía bien cómo iba a llevarlo todo con sus multitudes de trabajo que estaba haciendo en ese momento. Así que le tomó un mes poder hacerlo todo, que lo hizo todo con mucho gusto y tal, un trabajo que no es que, o sea, perdió mucho tiempo en hacerlo, pero es que era un trabajo que él quería hacer de corazón, quería hacerlo, era un sueño y por favor dejadme hacerlo. Y que de hecho me ha dicho que están firmadas la parte del Steelbook que tiene su firma, que sí que es verdad que me he fijado.
Muy bien, muy bien. Qué bueno. Oye, enhorabuena, ¿eh?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, dream come true. Literally, yeah.
David,
Eso es realidad, de verdad.
¿cómo el dibujo que hiciste de Ellie y Joel allí de pie, fueron indicaciones de Naughty Dog? ¿Salió de ti? ¿Cómo llegaste a crear ese concepto?
Okay, Juice is asking the picture of Joel and Ellie just there stand in, I think, in a steelbook, no, Juice?
Yeah.
In a steelbook. That comes from instructions from Naughty Dog or from you, your imagination?
Was my imagination, actually. I came up with a bunch of sketches. I pitched a lot of ideas. And again, there's nothing but praise for the way how they treated me in this collaboration, and also the freedom I got for this, because basically all they said is we want your art and also your ideas for this. So this is going to be your baby. And I pitched a lot of stuff, and all the feedback I got was so good. We talked about poses and whatnot, and it was like the level on which we discussed different things on how to push it even further into being good was just extraordinary. I really enjoyed working with the guys. And but again, I did a lot of sketches, and this is my idea. I think I tweeted a small sketch, like a thumbnail thingy, once when I found it again on my table, and I was buying groceries, I think, and then I got the idea. They are going from the city into the forest, but it's not a normal forest. It's the mushroom are intervening with the trees, and they are going towards the viewer, but into the darkness and into the world of The Last of Us. And yeah, that was my idea. I also pitched the ideas for the comic covers. Also, there were a bunch of other ideas, but the regular cover, like the key art, where you see Ellie, the portrait of Ellie and Joel in a small version inside of it, they already got that. The basic sketch, the basic layout, all the final sketch, so to say, it was all done when I joined for the key art. yeah, so I did basically translated the key art they envisioned into my brush strokes, so to say.
Ok, más o menos lo tengo. Dice que fue todo su imaginación, que hizo un montón de bocetos y que al final tuvo mucha libertad creativa y que eso mismo no tiene precio. Eso que le decían de queremos tu arte, queremos tus ideas, este es tu bebé, dedícale el tiempo que haga falta. Y fue algo que al fin y al cabo les pasaba a algunos bocetos. De hecho, creo que le pasó un pequeño tweet que era como de un trocito del dibujo en general, y al final pensó, vale, pues voy a ponerle el bosque, pero no es un bosque normal, es un bosque con los hongos y se adentra en la oscuridad, que es algo muy, muy especial y que ha sido extraordinario trabajar con la gente de Naughty Dog, que le han dado, como he dicho, mucha libertad creativa. Y que lo mismo con los cómics, que al final fue el detalle de poner los ojos de los personajes, ¿no? Que estaba el de él y tal, que en principio tenía uno de Joel, pero que se le descartó y tal, porque dice que tenían algo parecido, y de ahí pues sacó también las ideas de hacer de Ellie, Marlene y todos los que quedaban.
Buenísimo.
And just to go in there for Marlene with the comic covers, that was basically from Naughty Dog. Like I think I did sketches from Ellie and Riley, and then the clicker. And for the last one, I did a hunter or Firefly guy, a soldier face. And there was like, no, Marlene. And I was like, yeah, bingo, that's it. That's make it perfect. So again, collaboration was top notch, was really good to figure out ideas with them.
Ok, él dice que al principio lo de Marlene fue idea de Naughty Dog. Que él hizo a Ellie, Riley, el infectado que vemos, y luego hizo a un cazador y le dijeron, no, tú pones a Marlene, y dice, es verdad, pues mejor, queda mucho mejor. Y así se quedó.
No, bah, tremendo. Ostras, se me ha ido ahora la cabeza. Quería preguntarte algo. Ah, sí. No, preguntarte no, David. Has hecho ahora una carátula de Last of Us parte 1. Voy a hablar yo personalmente con Naughty Dog y les voy a decir que te contraten de nuevo para hacer la carátula de parte 2 para Play 5. ¿Qué te parece?
He's saying that you made the cover of The Last of Us Part 1 and he wants to talk with Naughty Dog because he wants you to make the cover of The Last of Us Part 2. What do you think?
Again, so he's asking like if I can do more work for Naughty Dog. Is that what he's asking?
No. He's saying that Dries is saying that he wants to talk with Naughty Dog to say to them, please let David do The Last of Us Part 2 cover for
go on, ask them, please. I would love to do more stuff for them, of course.
Sin duda, que lo hagas. De falta tiempo.
Claro, porque así tendremos un conjunto unificado, ¿no?
He says that with that we will unify all the two versions. We had the first and the second.
Yeah, I mean, I have to go on for the whole run. Like, if they do 5 more The Last of Us games, please, as long as I live, ask me, no problem. Would be dream come true.
Yeah, please, Naughty Dog, please.
Traduce para que sé que a veces no se nos olvida.
Perdona, que sí, que dice que sería un sueño hecho realidad y que por favor, que le encantaría hacerlo.
Perfecto. Vamos a, si te parece, David, vamos a decirle a la comunidad que está aquí viéndote en directo que te haga unas preguntas, porque a lo mejor habrá algún fan de tus trabajos o conocerte un poco más, ¿vale?
Vale,
Si
okay. David, he says that we will let the people of the community to make you some questions. Okay, related with
that's fine.
Okay.
Vale,
chat, podéis preguntar, ahora tenéis vía libre. Antes me preguntaban, por ahí el chat, os estaban preguntando si David veía el chat, no sé si lo ha dicho antes.
David, they are asking in the chat if you can see the chat.
No, I can't. I'm just looking at you guys in full screen.
Okay.
No
Don't worry.
Tengo una pregunta de Erjinx, que la estoy leyendo ahora mismo, y te pregunta, ¿qué dibujante te ha inspirado? Él pone como ejemplos Jack Kirby, Richard Corben, Frank Miller o Carlos Pacheco.
Okay, there's a question from Urgings. He said, what artists did you inspire you? He put some examples: Jack Kirby, Richard Corbin, Frank Miller, or Carlos Pacheco.
Okay, how to say it in English? Like, I have to make a confession. I'm really, really bad with artists' names, and that's on me. I should be way better with them. So I'm really good at recognizing artists and recognize art and love a lot of art, of course. I'm sure you guys imagined that, but with names, it's I basically, if I see art that I like, I have to have it. And if it's a comic book or an art book or a gallery book from a museum or stuff like that, and then I just consume it. Like I look at it, I appreciate it. But for comic artists, like he mentioned Frank Miller, I mean, I grew up with Todd McFarlane, for example, artist who did Spawn and also Spider-Man. I'm a huge Spider-Man fanboy since early on. Since I'm a small guy, this is basically my superhero. And I grew up with the comics from Todd McFarlane. That was my time in the 90s. And Todd McFarlane had an approach to draw Spider-Man, but basically every character with so fine details. And he was like, other artists were like, oh yeah, the web on the suit of Spider-Man. Let's make those gaps really big with red in between them, so that's not much work for us. But Todd McFarlane was like, no, it has to look right from the angle, from the perspective, like how the web lines are drawn, and also let's make the gaps really, really tiny. And I remember, and I loved that. And also I think he was the first of the artists who did the webbing with all the extra spaghetti going around it. And there's so much fine detail, and the poses were like crazy. And I remember when he invented Spawn, he said something along the lines, I was trying to invent a superhero costume or a design that no one else did because it's too hard to draw. So you have the chains going crazy in every direction when he's jumping. You have the cloak, it's folds. Artists usually hate drawing folds to look awesome. And you have all the nails and all that stuff. And so to name one name, Todd McFarlane was a huge influence, but also H.R. Geiger. Loved his work, still do, still could kick myself in the ass that I never got the opportunity to meet him. I was always planning to, and then he passed away, sadly, rest in peace. And who else? Like Möbius, love his art. There are so many. There are so many, and for most of them I can't tell you names out of the blue right now. But I hope that's at least one answer.
Okay.
Sorry.
Don't worry. He says. Okay, he said Spanish. No sé español. I don't know Spanish. Dice que es muy malo para lo que recordar los nombres de los artistas, pero que es muy bueno para reconocer el arte y al artista. El artista dice, es este. Para las caras sí, pero para los nombres fatal. Entonces, si ve el arte en los cómics, en las galerías, todas esas cosas que sí le gustan, pues sí, lo reconoce, lo ve y dice, ¡buah, este sí me gusta! Dice que Tom McFarlane, creo que ha dicho, no lo he reconocido muy bien, que él de hecho es un fan de Spider-Man, un fanboy, se ha definido, y que creció con los cómics de ese hombre y con el personaje de Spider-Man, que es verdad que ha hecho otros superhéroes, pero el de Spider-Man le gustaba y básicamente porque él hacía una cosa que no hacían todos los artistas. A ver, parece.
You know Robert Crumb, for example.
Robert Crumb.
I'm just going to show some covers. Just go on translating. I'm just going to show some covers.
Okay, thank you. Eso mismo. Y que dice que que la diferencia de él con otros artistas es que simplemente dibujaban la telaraña. Juice loves Alien, so it's like,
Yeah,
oh my
me
god,
too. Yeah.
I love it.
This is like I'm collecting art books, obviously, and there are some treasures here to be found.
Dice que es una edición coleccionista que tiene más tesoros por ahí guardados.
Oh, huge influence.
Oh, sí. Ahí tienes.
You know Alex Ross? Of course you do, right?
Alex Ross. Ahí lo tienes. Eso mismo. Y dice que eso, que mientras los demás simplemente no se llevaban tiempo haciendo lo que era la telaraña de Spider-Man, simplemente hacían una y tal, él se dedicaba a hacer todos los huecos de la telaraña porque sabía que tenía que quedar perfecta, hacía unos huecos muy chiquititos, los ponía según la perspectiva y tal. Y que como que trataba de inventar un superhéroe que fuera diferente, pero claro, era... Mira, Watchmen, ahí lo tienes. Dave
Gibbons. Amazing.
Eso. Buenísimo. I love it.
Bueno.
Entonces, eso mismo, que por desgracia murió este artista, pero que es uno de los que más le gusta, ¿no? El primero que le ha surgido, y que hay otros más como Mobius y bueno, los que nos está enseñando ahora mismo.
Tremendo.
Also, Otomo, Akira, stuff.
Akira.
Basically, you can name everything that's highly detailed, and artists that look into detail, I usually love them.
Dice que lo que más le gusta es los artistas que se van al detalle.
Qué bueno. Qué bueno eso, ¿eh? Muy bueno.
Que de hecho decía que no lo he dicho ahora, pero sé que recientemente ha estado en el museo con una exposición de Akira. I said to you that you stayed in a museum with an exposition of Akira.
Again, sorry.
You stayed in a museum or in an artist show.
Oh, I will.
You will.
It's
Okay.
actually this weekend. I'm super hyped for it. Yeah.
I saw your Twitter.
Yeah. In 2 days, I will go to Berlin and see an exhibition of the original artworks, the background paintings for the Akira movie, and I'm so hyped for it.
Es lo que estábamos hablando, de que una exposición que no ha sido, sino que será, y que estás con un hype que no se aguanta. Pobre.
Qué bueno. Vale, Komai, he visto que nos han hecho varias preguntas en inglés.
Ok, there are some questions in English.
Entonces, tendrás que traducirla en español y luego se la dices en inglés.
A ver, ¿cuál es?
Empezamos.
Después de Urgings, ¿no?
Sí, exacto, después de Urgings.
Después de Urgings.
¿La
¿La de Ludovica o cuál?
Little White Fox, creo que es una pregunta, ¿no? Little White Fox te dice what is project he will love dream to work.
Hay varias de Little White Fox.
La primera, la que está justo debajo de Urgings.
La que está justo debajo de Urgings. Pues se ve que se me ha desconectado un momento el chat. Si me lo puedes pasar por...
No, te dice what is a project he would love dream to work.
Okay, what is a project that you will dream to work? He says. ¿Qué proyecto te soñarías trabajar?
Okay, I would love to, at one point in my life, do my own comic book, like own characters, own story, everything done by me. That would be a dream come true, and I hope I can achieve that at one point in my life. That's an ongoing dream, and other than that, just continue contributing to the stuff I love. And draw, never stop drawing. I hope my hands will never fall off. That would be the worst.
Ok, dice que en un momento de su vida le gustaría hacer su propio cómic, su propia historia, sus personajes, todo en general. Y que es su sueño continuar contribuyendo a las cosas que le gustan y nunca dejar de dibujar, que el hecho de que se le cayesen las manos sería lo peor que le podría pasar.
Muy bien, muy bien. Con muchas ganas de ver ese cómic, ¿eh?
You said that he would like to see that coming in the future.
Oh, me too, believe me.
Vale,
Okay.
Luego nos vamos a Ludovica. Te pregunta, ¿qué consejo le darías a un dibujante novato o que quiera iniciarse en el arte?
Okay, Ludovica says, what advice will you give to an artist that is new, who wants to start in this world?
I could give a lot of advices, but not out of the blue, but because I made exactly these, I had these thoughts before, because another interview I made asked me that. So one thing I had to learn when I was joining the industry, like not drawing stuff for your own, but working inside of a collaboration, inside of a team, was to learn that basically a lot of it is the first thing you have to do is to make sure that the thing you are collaborating to and giving you everything into it will sell. So you have to make figures, and it could be hard to realize that maybe some of the decisions you would make to make the result more fitting to your personal taste isn't exactly what the mainstream wants, or that is up to date right now in that moment, the zeitgeist, so to say. And what I did when I figured out that this is how the world works, basically, if you want to make money out of the stuff you do, you have to accept that. I figured I put the freedom I want to have in my art, in my personal art stuff, if it's fan art or original character stuff or something like that, on the side, and don't get it affected by this other world where I participate in with my art. And if you have those two sides separated, then it's easier to live with the fact that there's the marketplace where you have to live under those rules, and there's your freedom place where you can go crazy and act it all out. And I think we live in a time with social media and internet and all that, that you basically have a shop window for your work and can easily prove or test it out how people like your art, and to get that feedback. And yeah, maybe just translate that first.
Ok, dice que podría dar muchos consejos, pero ya ha dado en otras entrevistas y tal, y por no repetirse, lo que nos puede decir es que se ha dado cuenta trabajando en equipos y tal, que son más cuestiones comerciales y todo eso, que lo primero es estar seguro de qué estás haciendo y con quién estás colaborando, ¿vale? Darte cuenta de todo lo que te rodea. Y que a veces, aunque las cosas que están haciendo puede ser muy mainstream, muy tradicional, muy de toda la vida, a veces te tienes que sacrificar por el hecho de que el mundo del arte es así, si quieres hacer dinero es esto. Entonces, por un lado, él distingue entre el arte comercial, el arte es en sí cuando está trabajando, y luego el arte personal. Y en el arte personal ya tienes esa especie de libertad que sobre todo puedes mostrar en tus redes sociales, que es un escaparate abierto al mundo, a las opiniones de los demás, a ver los likes de la gente, todas esas cositas. If you want to continue.
Yeah, and another thing that I think is important is because of social media and how it's so easy to see amazing art all over the world. Artists from everywhere around the globe show off their best things regularly, like 24/7. You boot up Twitter, you boot up Instagram, ArtStation, and basically the timeline is bam, the best artists showing off their skills. Don't get affected by it in terms that you think, oh man, I will never be as good as them. I will never show off like they do. Use it to grow, because or to get inspired by it, or to look at the art and think how amazing this is, and try to learn from it, or try to look behind the art and see why the artist did certain things like he did them, and also try to understand that hundreds of years ago there was maybe one specialist for dog faces. And if you were an artist and you were trying to learn how to draw dog faces, if you had the money and the time and the options to travel wherever you were on this world, if you even know that this specialist exists, and you made it to him, you still had to ask him if he could teach you how to draw dog faces the way he does. And that was the only way for you to learn it. You had to meet up with the persons personally and get them to show you. And today, in the era of the internet, it's more easy than ever to get anatomy, background information, like free study video tutorials on YouTube. People are showing off tutorials, work in progress stuff all the time. And so basically don't be feared by seeing so much perfection all the time, but try to understand how this perfection could evolve so fast. It's because the opportunities, there are no borders anymore for people. Like I try to put it in English the easiest way possible. Like the time you had to put in to grow as an artist is so shortened in the era of the internet, because there's so much input. You can just suck it in and learn, and don't have the borders all the time around you and figure out how to get to that information. And I think that's something people, especially beginners, could miss because of all the amazing art that is floating around. And one little addition to that: never forget two important things. I'll wait for you because I see you're writing.
Sorry.
No, it's just me putting out too much words, I guess. It's all good. Okay, two important things. I don't want to lose this sentence. Wait a second. Just translate it. Maybe it comes back. Sorry, I was seeing you writing it down. I was like, oh man, you got to stop. Sorry.
Don't worry. Decía que lo mismo, que si antes hablábamos de lo que era el tiempo de trabajo en sí, para lo que se podía vender, y luego el tiempo libre que podías dedicar y es tu propio arte, ahora hablaba de las redes sociales, que ahora mismo puedes ver en las redes sociales grandes artistas en todas partes, 24/7, los ves en Instagram, en Twitter, en ArtStation, en todos lados. Que no dejes que te afecte en tanto a, oh Dios mío, qué arte más bueno, no voy a poder llegar nunca a hacer lo mismo que hace esta persona. No, tienes que coger y no tienes que ser tan bueno como ellos, tienes que usarlo para sentirte inspirado, tratar de averiguar cómo lo hicieron, aprender de ellos, cómo lo hizo este artista y todas estas cosas, ¿no? Antes, hace miles de años, había un artista, a lo mejor él pone de ejemplo, que era especialista en rostros de perros. Entonces, si tú querías tener la oportunidad de aprender sobre rostros de perros, tenías que ir, si podías permitírtelo, viajar a donde estuviera ese artista y a ver si tienes la oportunidad de aprender. Ahora no, ahora hay de todo en internet. Puedes conseguirlo por cursos, tutoriales, videotutoriales, de cómo hacer algo. No te sientas con miedo de esa misma perfección, sino que la mires como algo que alguien ha hecho en muy poco tiempo, que tienes que averiguar cómo se ha hecho esa cosa, y que si lo ha hecho él, puedes hacerlo tú. Y eso mismo, que eso con las redes sociales todo el tiempo del artista se hace más corto en general, y eso, la información llega más rápidamente, y sobre todo tu arte. Y que para los principiantes, que se pueden perder un poco en esa perfección, que no se pierdan. Y ahora iba a decir dos cosas muy importantes, pero se ha parado y yo estoy pendiente porque también quiero saberlo. I said to them that you had two things to say, and I'm an artist, and it's like, oh my God, what two things?
Okay, I got them. I got the two things. So the first thing is, don't forget that all the art you see on the internet is just the art the artist wants you to see. that's very important, because every artist around the globe make mistakes. Like if they ruin a sketch, or they make a mistake with some line art, and they just put the paper into the trash can and start all over again, what they will show you is the perfect picture they managed to do, and want to share it with you to show them how good their art is, basically. But what this does is, you as a viewer watch the timeline or their portfolio, and you see just like the shopping window they want to show you. So never forget that. That's the first thing. So we all make mistakes, and you don't get to see them if the artists don't want you to see the mistakes. The second one, important thing is, if you have an artist you really like on the internet, and you follow them and look at their art regularly, and just enjoy the things they do, and you are like, oh, he's like godlike, he's top of the world, there is no other artist as good as this artist, because he just nails your perfect taste in some kind, or in every kind. And what I also think many people forget is that they are also just humans. Okay, beside the AI fuck up stuff that is happening right now, but talking about the human artists, they also have another artist they are looking up to. And that's something that helps me a lot if I look at artists that I admire, and I'm like the art books that just showed you, like people that are around very long, and they have so much experience and draw like gods in their field. If I look at them and realize that they wanted to get good at art because of another artist that were their idol, their artist they loved most, it really helps to understand that every artist is looking up to another artist. And for example, I was telling this to a friend one day, and I was doing the example with Pokemon. Like, you have the first iteration of the smallest Pokemon, and that's maybe you, and you're doing some techniques, and you're trying to battle other Pokemons, and then the second evolved form of yourself comes along, and you are like, oh man, I want to grow up to be like this. I'm gonna be like this someday. He's so amazing. And you think there is no more up after that. But then there's the third, and okay, the example isn't perfect because it goes on and on and on. But what I try to say you is, artists you look up to also look up to other artists, and never forget that. They also feel bad if they see art that they feel like is better than their own art, and they also have bad days where they can't figure out how to draw a line at all, and it's just normal. Never forget that. We are no machines. Fuck AI art.
Don't worry, I got the idea. He says that you're great.
Thank you.
Dice que no te olvides de que los artistas que ves en internet te enseñan el arte que ellos quieren enseñar. Que todos cometen errores, hacen un sketch que está mal, un borrador que les sale mal, destruyen el papel que han hecho, y otras muchas más cosas, pero te enseñan ese escaparate de perfección, ese portfolio que ha dicho que quieren mostrarte. No te van a enseñar los errores, así que no tienes que olvidarlo. Y otra cosa es que si tienes un artista que te gusta y le sigues y le das like, lo ves como un dios, es lo mejor, no hay otro mejor artista, que sepas que ese artista también tiene a otro artista al que ve como un dios y que quiere mejorar para llegar a ser como él. Y que a él le pasa, ¿no? Que son humanos al fin y al cabo, no son divinidades ni nada de eso, y que él ve muchos artistas que están a su alrededor, que son buenísimos en su campo, que ve a otros que admira y siempre le echa un vistazo, oh, qué buen arte, qué cosa más buena has hecho. Y que de hecho estuve hablando el otro día con un amigo y puse un ejemplo de los Pokémon, que claro, ves al Pokémon chiquitito en la primera evolución y luego evoluciona y dice, ah, pues yo quiero ser como tú, y luego viene otro y dice, y evoluciona otra vez y dice, ah, pues yo quiero ser como tú, pero que no es un buen ejemplo porque al final el Pokémon llega a un tope de evolución y ya no sale más, pero que viene a ser eso, que siempre hay un artista que admira a otro artista y ese admira a otro artista y así constantemente, y que al fin y al cabo no son máquinas, que es algo que hacen y eso, que son humanos.
Y bueno, David, es increíble. O sea, quiero reconocer que es uno de los consejos que he escuchado más productivos, más interesantes y más bonitos. Que creo incluso que este mismo consejo se puede trasladar en cualquier ámbito. Si me permites añadir.
Okay, Julie says that that's really beautiful, and those are great advices. They are productive, interesting, and good advices that can go to another areas of working. So
Yeah,
beautiful.
totally. It doesn't have to end with art. It's like if it's music or anything creative, or if you produce something with your hands or your mind or your voice, anything, it's everywhere. And people, I think, because of the fast living character of the internet and the world we live in right now, and that everything is consumable so easily, people tend to forget that. Yeah.
Vale, pues lo que dice es que sí, que se puede aplicar a cualquier ámbito de música, a cualquier ámbito artístico, de producción y tal, y que la gente tiende a olvidarlo porque como vivimos en un mundo en el que los productos son consumidos tan rápido y llegan tan rápido al público, pues tendemos a perder esa percepción.
Os recuerdo, chat, que hay un sorteo en marcha, que en breve vamos a ver quién se lleva el premio que sorteamos, que es un dibujo hecho por David, por Kopstov, y tenéis que estar aquí presentes para ver si sois el ganador o no, porque si no estáis, no os llevaréis el premio, os aviso. Y recordad que los gastos de envío van a cargo del ganador, ¿vale? Simplemente para puntualizar.
¿Lo
David,
recuerdo chat en inglés?
bueno, como quieras, sí. Y luego le dice,
Okay.
David, ¿cómo vamos de tiempo? Pues, ¿podemos leer alguna pregunta más de chat o ya vamos terminando?
David, Joyce is asking if you have more time to answer some more questions of the chat or not.
Yeah, but not another hour, so to say. But yeah, of course, like if it's another 15 to 20 minutes max, I think that's okay.
Vale, dice de 15 a 20 minutos estaría bien, que no otra hora, es lo único. Ok,
Perfecto, perfecto. Vale,
entonces no recuerdo lo del concurso.
exacto. Te leo un par de preguntas del chat. Te hago las dos últimas. Hacemos el sorteo y concluimos.
He says that he is going to make just 2 more questions of the chat, the 2 last questions, and we finish the giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we finish the stream.
Perfect. Yeah.
Perfecto. Te leo la pregunta de Alberto, que te dice, ¿tienes pensado sacar nuevas ediciones del libro? ¿Y está en tu mente sacar un nuevo libro del Feast of Us Part 2?
Okay. Alberto says, do you have in mind to make a new edition of the First of Us book? And if you have in your mind, okay, to have a new one, it's like the same edition and another one.
Okay. So every person who followed me on Twitter and saw how much work I put into the printed physical editions, and that I try to make the first soft cover edition with the UV cover print on it. It was like 50 pages, like this thick, and then the second edition was over 140 pages. I think it was like this thick, and I was like going all in, like designing. I wanted to make the perfect First of Us art book, and if there will be another the First of Us edition, it won't be just a reprint. At least that's what I have in mind. If there will be another edition, it will be the third edition and get all the content in since the second edition was released, everything The Last of Us I did from that time on to the release of the third edition, and it has to be like another cool design, of course. So it's not something I plan on doing so easily. And another thing to keep in mind is I won't do it on my own again, because that was hell. I was a one-man army with a good friend of mine who helped me with the Illustrator files and setting up those things and getting the printable data finished up. And my wife and I packaging all the books and sending them out, like 300 books. It was insane. It was weeks of writing addresses, and it was insane. So if I will do it again, it will be up to date The First of Us with a new design, the third edition, and I won't make it on my own. So that's why it's not, that's why I can't give you any dates. But I'm confident there will be a third edition at one time in the future.
Okay. Uf, qué noticias. Oh my God. I'm fine. I really want to buy that. Dice que en la primera edición eran como 50 páginas, era muy poquita cosita, y que en la segunda edición eran unas 140 páginas más o menos, que puso toda su energía en hacerlo perfecto. Dice que se hiciera otra, una tercera. Esta abarcaría desde el final, pero no querría rehacer las mismas, porque tened en cuenta que serían 150 más otras más, sería la impresión bastante cara. Entonces querría hacerlo desde donde lo dejó hasta las nuevas, hasta donde le llevase. Que no lo haría solo, ni en broma, porque fue un infierno, según dice. Menos mal que estuvo un amigo para ayudarle con el diseño de la portada, porque quería hacer la máxima perfección. Y que, vamos, para enviarlo, su mujer y él se hartaron de poner direcciones de envío y lo tuvieron que hacer todo a mano, y fue una locura durante semanas poder enviarlo todo. Y eso mismo, que sí, eventualmente habrá una tercera parte, no se sabe cuándo, no quiere poner fecha, y que no lo haría solo ni en broma.
Muy bien, muy bien. Estaremos... Muy bien. Y la última pregunta de chat, perdonad comunidad que no podamos leerlos todos. David es un gran comunicador y, como veis, las respuestas que nos da son muy complejas, largas, pero a la hora instructivas, y nos gusta escucharlo y nos quedaríamos horas escuchándolo, pero bueno, lamentablemente por falta de tiempo no podemos leer todas. Así que voy a la última, y es de Arubaki, que te dice y te pregunta si has dibujado monstruos como licántropos, hombres bestia y otros al estilo de Guillermo del Toro.
Okay, this is saying that you give really good answers, deep answers, like with a lot of content, and because of that we don't have enough time. So this is the last question that comes from Harubaki: is have you drawn monsters such as lycanthropes, beastmen, and others in the style of Guillermo del Toro?
Sorry again. If I have drawn monsters in the style of Del Toro, right?
Yes.
Like from the movies, the big monsters fighting each other, stuff like this.
Probably she's trying to say if you made some kind of monsters like in your style.
I did at one point I did an orca whale, because I love the killer whales. It's basically my favorite whale. I did a Venom version of it once. It's just a pencil sketch I did once. It's the first thing that came to mind just now. I can look it up. I think I tweeted it when I did it. I will retweet it if I find it.
Okay. Vale, para Haru dice que hizo una orca al estilo de Venom, que es la primera cosa que le viene en la cabeza, pero que en cuanto lo vea lo va a retuitear para que salga rápido en su perfil.
Muy bien. Muy bien. Como sabrás, David, estás en una comunidad de fans de The Last of Us. Hay mucha gente que te está ahora viendo, escuchando, y que próximamente esta entrevista quedará subida a YouTube. Y mucha otra más gente te seguirá viendo. Nos gustaría que hicieras una pregunta a la comunidad, si es que te gustaría hacerle una.
As you know, David, you are in our community, and the Last of Us community. There's a lot of people that are watching you, and we will upload this on YouTube. So there will be more people that will hear you. So do you have any question for this community?
I actually thought about that question before, and the thing I would like to know is if they could change one thing in The Last of Us, one thing, what would it be?
Vale, os pregunta.
And don't give me but don't give me don't kill Joel, please.
Dice que si pudierais cambiar algo en la historia de The Last of Us, entiéndase del 1, el Left Behind y el 2, ¿qué cambiaríais? Y no le vayáis con un no matéis a Joel, porque no lo acepta. Oh, Alberto says that the bottle doesn't exist.
Again, sorry?
That the bottles doesn't exist.
Oh, they don't. Oh, yeah. So I have to find something else. Maybe a bow will do.
Dice un arco, lo mejor. Dice Esther says that to know more about Anna and Marlene.
If I do know more about them.
No, that we need to know more about Anna and Marlene.
Oh, yeah. Oh, super interesting characters. Yeah, true.
Little White Fox says, I will have loved a dog in the first The Last of Us.
A dog? Oh,
yes, a dog.
That would be good, yeah.
But we have Buckley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, at one point when they were like teasing the images of dogs as villains, so to say, as enemies, I did that comic page where I did like Ellie with the dog, and I was hoping for having a dog aside you, like if you play the game with the dog, and was kind of sad that never happened, because I did not knew it by fact when I was playing the part 2, and I was like waiting for it, like, oh yeah, there are the puppies, oh yeah, that's the behind the fence, there are the dogs, now it will go on with me. And I mean, we got that small part with Abby with the dog helping out, but I was like, imagine going through the woods, you and your dog alone, and he's getting some senses and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe another time, who knows.
Dice que le hubiera gustado eso mismo, tener un perrito en segunda parte, y vio cosas de perro y decía, oh, qué bien vamos a tenerlos, oh, qué bien vamos a tenerlos, y lo estaba esperando. De hecho, dibujó un cómic en el que aparecía Ellie con un perro porque tenía esa ilusión, pero al final no se hizo real. Que tenemos esa parte de Abby con el perrito y tal, pero imagínate cómo sería ir con el perro, ir siguiendo el rastro, que se molaría un montón.
Sí. A ver, es una pregunta realmente que a veces, si te paras a analizar bien, es difícil encontrar algo que quieras cambiar, ¿no? Porque es como que si quieres cambiar algo, ya te pierde valor el juego. Pierde. Es como si bajaras el listón. No puedes incrementarlo. Podríamos igualar algo, pero es tan difícil para mí.
Yui says that it's really difficult to change something because you feel that if you change something, you are afraid to make it worse. Probably the quality got worse.
Only correct answer, Luis. You got it. I mean, like at one point, I was asked if I got the chance to participate in the development of The Last of Us. What would be the thing that I would love to do, like to design for the game or something like that? And my honest answer was nothing, basically, because then it would be another experience, and I love the way how it unfolded. And the only thing I could imagine is like doing art beside it, for it, so to say, to accommodate it, to help make it broader, so to say, but not thinking back. I wouldn't change anything because then the experience would be different. But thinking forward, I would love to be involved somewhere. So.
Dice que eso mismo, que si a él le hicieran la misma pregunta, tanto a a qué cambiaría, pues siente lo mismo, que no cambiaría nada, de nada, que le gustaría participar trabajando a nivel artístico, ayudar en el producto, pero no ser la persona que piensa detrás de ese producto, sino simplemente ayudarlo en el punto artístico de alguna forma.
Bueno, yéndonos a la última pregunta, David, para mí es una pregunta que profundiza mucho en cómo uno piensa de sí mismo. Imagínate que te estás entrevistando a ti mismo, David. ¿Qué te preguntarías?
Okay, this is the last question, and Luis says that is a question that he thinks that is important because it goes inside yourself. So if you're doing an interview to yourself, what will be the question that you will do to yourself?
Oh, guys, come on. And also for the last question, like my brain, it's so hot in Germany right now. I'm like melting. I hope you can still see me in front of the camera. It's devastating, but okay. So really hard question for the last question. Maybe I kind of answered it already, but maybe if I could ask myself, seeing what I'm doing right now or the field where I'm working in, like video games, maybe a good question for myself would be what I would do if there were no video games. Because it's so special in terms of interactivity, not just watching something, but getting a part of it and kind of discovering the story yourself and not just reading it and it's done and you can just watch it. Maybe I would ask myself, where would I work in to get kind of the same thing? And it's strange because my first answer would probably be comics, graphic novels, or movies, but then it's like brain farts right now. It's just coming out. You asked me, you wanted it like this. So the thing I was just thinking is, if I would do a comic, I would be the person who's free to imagine everything and put everything inside of it. So it's my vision, it's my adventure, and I will share it with other people, but they just can't consume it like this, like I intended it to be. And for movies, it's basically similar. There's a little bit more involvement because you need other departments. It's very hard to do a movie on your own. It's much easier to do a comic on your own, but nothing is comparable to a video game, so to say. Yeah, so that would be my question for myself, and I just gave me an answer, and I hope it makes some sense along the way.
Okay. Decía, ¿no? que lo suyo, ¿no? En tanto a lo que está envuelto en videojuegos, sería que un poco que ha respondido a esa pregunta, lo que siente, que en tanto trabajar en videojuegos, ¿cómo lo haría? ¿Cómo haría él para trabajar en videojuegos? Y es gracioso porque cuando se hace esa pregunta, ¿no? También se hace la pregunta de dónde estaría trabajando para hacer eso mismo. Y a él le parece extraño porque en realidad se responde a sí mismo trabajando haciendo cómics, trabajando haciendo películas, lo cual es algo difícil porque al fin y al cabo se pregunta, si yo hago esta producción, para mí sería una producción que yo tendría la libertad creativa para hacerla. Al fin y al cabo hacer cómics y películas es algo muy, muy difícil y tienes que contar con el trabajo en equipo, así que probablemente se viera como trabajando en videojuegos de alguna forma. Es una pregunta muy rara en tanto eso. Yes, mind flow. Probably you answered the question.
Damn it.
Bueno, nos vamos al sorteo, ¿no?
We go to the giveaway.
Okay, how do you want to do it? Like I sent you a link earlier, Luis. You can do the raffle if you want. Like I think you can just copy paste the tweet of mine. And
igual puedes copiar el link suyo y por ahí hacer el raffle.
And then
Joan.
you can announce it. Just tweet the name of the winner underneath
lo
my
tengo.
tweet.
Lo
Dice
tengo
que
aquí.
puedes tuitear el nombre sin más del ganador, que a ver si lo puedes hacer.
Que lo tuiteé sin más. O sea, yo tenía pensado, David, ahora tengo voy a poner aquí en pantalla la página que tú me has pasado antes y pondré el tweet. Y pondré que nos tienen que seguir a nosotros dos y entiendo que ahí le doy y ya saldrá el ganador.
He's saying that he's going to put in the screen the page that you sent to him. And he's going to say that they have to follow the two of you and make the retweet, and then he thinks that the page will show the winner.
Yeah, you have to, like, the website is done like this. You copy paste the link to the tweet, and then you have to make a mark or a little sign besides the winner. There's one winner, only one, and you can choose who's the one they have to follow, and you have just to put in Kopfstoff and The Last of Us ES as the two accounts with an ad in front of it, and then you go to next, and then you see all the retweets. And I think if you go one step further, they do the raffle, and you can also choose, like, they have to have a name, a banner, and an avatar image, so that it's not like some random guy, but a person who is actually using Twitter. You can go into detail there, but basically the main important thing is you put our two accounts in it and do the raffle, and then I think it's also named like winner, and then there's a name afterwards. Yeah.
¿Te has enterado de lo que ha dicho?
No, de nada. No sé
Que
inglés.
coges da igual, digo, a lo mejor lo he entendido. Coge el link.
But I can
lo pegas.
also try to do it. I just don't know if I'm logged in this laptop. It's the laptop of my wife, so I can.
I think Chris wants to do it in the stream. That's why he's trying to do it, because.
Perfect. It's cool.
Yes, he's right. He's right now
it.
Putting that. Eso mismo, Luis dice que pongas el número de ganadores, que va a ser 1. Que pongas que tengan avatar, el banner y todo eso, para que no te coja ningún random. Vale,
que tengan descripción, bandera es el banner, entiendo.
Banner, sí, banner, que haya un ganador, eso mismo. Y que eso mismo, que lo cojan y hagan.
Voy a seguir, me saldrán 79 entradas.
Aquí.
Quiere decir
wow.
que
79.
And now I think that it's just showing you how many people retweeted it. And I think if you go to the next one, there will be marked as a green name or something, or a green winner beside the name or something like that. I think it's one more step.
Dice que esto te mostrará a la gente que hace retweet y que si le das a siguiente te mostrará una pantalla más con lo que es el ganador.
Vale. Perfecto. Entonces, ojo. Una cosa, quería preguntar a David, porque aquí puede que me salga un ganador que no esté en el directo. ¿Lo damos por válido o tiene que estar en el directo?
He's asking if probably there's someone here that it's not in the stream. So you want to give the picture to someone that it's not in the stream, or they have to be in the stream?
Basically, the rule, Louis, was that they just have to follow us. So I don't know. Did I also write down that they have to be in the stream? Sorry, I can't remember.
I don't know.
I think I wrote something along the lines that they have to join to get more info about it, and that was basically to say out loud that they have to pay for the postage. But I think the rule was they just have to follow us both and retweet it.
Yeah.
¿Qué dice?
I hope the winner is inside right now.
Dice uno, haznos una pregunta y que salga en el tweet de abajo.
¿Cómo?
Que lo que es la comunidad de David, ¿no?
¿Sí?
Está acostumbrada a responder las preguntas. Entonces, que le hagan una pregunta y que la respondan en el propio tweet.
Hostia,
dicen aquí.
Estoy espeso porque no acabo de entender. Que
en vez de coger y poner la persona que gana a través de esto te están diciendo que contesten una pregunta en el Twitter.
En el Twitter, que respondan en el Twitter.
Sí, en el tweet que ha hecho David. Que se darán los que seguirán. Y yo digo que es más práctico mientras hayan seguido y retuiteado, dice otro. Dice que puede a lo mejor ser los que hayan seguido y retuiteado. Bueno, hacedlo como queráis. Ya está.
O sea,
No he
David
dicho nada.
¿le da igual a David?
David, they're saying in the chat to ask everybody a question in English and they can put an answer in the tweet. But we are talking that probably, I don't know if it's a good idea. I don't know, because you said retweet and follow, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, no, I think we should stick to the tweet, basically, because otherwise, if people are not inside the Twitch room right now, the chat room, and just saw the tweet, and they will be pissed if they read, I just have to follow those 2 accounts and have a chance to win it. I think we should stick with what we planned first.
Vale, dice que lo mejor que ve es el retweet y que os sigan a los dos.
Eso por supuesto. Lo de la pregunta, no sé cómo cogerlos ahora todos. Entiendo que tendría que ser con otra aplicación, no puedo hacerlo.
No.
Entonces, aquí la única opción que tenemos es, con esta aplicación que ahora ya tengo ya preparada, darle a que nos salga el ganador.
Pues dale.
Y si no está en el directo, es una putada, porque claro, tendríamos que ir eliminando hasta que encontráramos a alguien que está en el directo.
Juice is saying that with this app we can do the thing, but if we find for someone that it's in the stream, probably we will stay like a lot of time searching for someone that it's here in the stream. So
Yeah,
that would be a problem.
I think it's hard to go through the names and just see who's in the chat right now, but that's again. That's why I would just keep it with the following and the retweet, and not with the inside of the chat. Maybe this was a misunderstanding then, but I mean I tweeted it like this now, and
Nada, Luis, que dice que lo mejor para evitarnos problemas sería que pusiéramos lo del retweet y lo del follow y ya está, y para adelante.
Me parece bien. Sé que nos gustaría poderlo reducir a los que estamos ahora aquí presentes. Entonces, él ha puesto ese tweet, ha dejado claramente a su comunidad también que con un retweet y seguir a las 2 cuentas es suficiente. No ha puesto vente al directo porque si no, no vas a ganar. No lo ha puesto en ningún sitio, así que lo entiendo muy bien. Así que nada, lo tengo preparado, David.
I mean, everyone who is in the chat right now had retweeted it, right? So everyone who is in the chat basically has a chance to win it. So that's at least that's a good thing for the chat right now. But also, like, the other guys are also coming in who just retweeted it and not watching right now. But I mean, we tweeted it like this, so we have to go with it, I would say.
Vale, que dice que todos los que estáis aquí en el chat ya lo habéis retuiteado. Es decir, que los que estáis aquí ya estáis participando, que eso es por lo menos con lo que se queda tranquilo.
Bueno,
y tal.
Gente, ¿veis que hay un botón ahí arriba que pone comenzar sorteo? Le voy a dar a ese botón. Y justo debajo que pone tablera de dibujo usuario. Allí saldrá el nick del ganador. Sale ahí instantáneamente casi. Así que nada, haré yo mismo la cuenta atrás.
Good luck.
Good luck, yeah, to everyone. Good luck.
Buena suerte a todos. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Ha ganado uno que se llama NG Show con The Dragon. De nick es Uncharted 7108.
Oh.
Who's the winner?
Este es el ganador.
The winner is Uncharted. Uncharted 7108.
I hope he's in the chat, or she.
Si estás en el chat, pronúnciate, y si no, pues es un ganador externo.
If you're in the chat, just say me.
No.
No aparece, no tiene pinta.
Looks like
no está en el directo.
So.
Okay, lucky you, Uncharted 123.
¿Qué dice?
Can you repeat, please?
I just said, okay, then it's on him. It's a lucky Uncharted 123, or what's the name again? So
7108, I don't know.
Yeah, but lucky him or her.
Qué afortunado que es.
Pues ya está.
Y ya está. That's all.
Haré una cosa. Si te parece bien, David. Me pone la opción de poder resortearlo otra vez por el caso de que no nos dé respuesta, que yo entiendo que sí, porque si no, no habría hecho retweet, pero tener un comodín ahí por si acaso. ¿Te parece bien que lo haga para tenerlo por si acaso?
He says that he has the option to do it again in case that he don't want the prize, or he doesn't answer. So do you want to have that backup winner?
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. If the person can't pay the postage or doesn't want it, who knows? Yeah, go for a second one if that one won't work. Yeah, of course.
Okay, vámonos, Luis, por el segundo ganador.
Vale, os explico. Esta aplicación lo que hace es, yo le pongo el tweet y directamente coge los que han hecho retweet a ese tweet. Directamente.
Luis,
y luego,
¿puedes pasarle luego el usuario a él por privado?
Sí, claro.
Gracias.
Y luego, como opción que te da la aplicación es, si quieres que esa misma persona que ha hecho retweet siga a ciertas personas. Les tienes que poner los nicks, que es lo que he hecho antes, y por eso. Es muy fácil esta aplicación para hacer sorteos en ese sentido. Vale, me lo guardo este. Espérate, me lo apunto directamente. Espérate, por si acaso,
Ergis, ya quisiera yo que nada más que pusiera mi nick.
Vale, me lo he apuntado, por si acaso me desaparece. Le doy a redibujar, que es...
Let's choose like 10 winners and I will cut the picture into 10 pieces.
Force,
Everyone gets a little puzzle piece.
Okay, the second one is, I can read it. I can read it. And like...
Vale, tengo al ganador y al comodín en caso de que...
Abdominales.
Abdominales.
¿vale?
Abdominales is like...
It sounds Spain.
The belly muscles, I think.
Ah, okay.
Chicos, aquí han salido los ganadores. Afortunados ellos, bueno, afortunado el Uncharted 7108 por haber ganado el dibujo que ha hecho David hoy especialmente para este momento. Evidentemente, David, hay una cosa, que el que ha ganado y no ha estado en el directo no sabe que tiene que correr con los gastos. Lo digo por eso, que a lo mejor si no dice, ostras, no puedo pagar los gastos, pues iremos al segundo ganador. Si el segundo dice lo mismo, oye, lo volvemos a repetir, no pasa nada.
You're saying that as is normal, the winners are not here, so they probably don't know that they have to pay the postal payment.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can't, we can do it all over again. Okay?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I will, I mean, you could just copy paste the text of them and tweet it underneath my tweet so that these are the two winners if the first one doesn't want to pay the postage, but I can also do it. I just have to look the names in the video because I just couldn't read it. So that's also fine if you tell me so.
Don't worry, they will pass you the names, okay?
Okay, yeah, perfect.
If you want to do it. Dice que si quieres lo que puedes hacer es un tweet con los nombres diciendo, soy los dos ganadores, si no quieres pagar los gastos de envío, pues eso mismo. Pero que dice, no, pero puedo mirarlo también en el vídeo si quieres, y le he dicho que no, que tú se los vas a pasar, no hay problema.
Yo se los paso. Vale, perfecto. Bueno, David, un placer enorme haber estado aquí con nosotros. La verdad es que lo agradezco muchísimo porque es un detallazo por tu parte y se nos ha alargado un poco más de la cuenta. No teníamos previsto estar tanto tiempo, pero bueno, se agradece mucho y la paciencia y todos, bueno, todo el rato que han estado con nosotros. Mil gracias.
He said that thank you for being with us. It's a pleasure to have you here. And sorry because it's a little bit more late of the hour.
Yeah, it's fine.
And it's a pleasure to have you here in the community.
Yeah, I'm super glad to be a part of the community. Much love goes out to everyone who feels the same as at least we three do right now about the game and the franchise as a whole. And yeah, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure to talk so much just about me, questions about me. I was also very nervous and appreciated the time of you guys. And yeah, let's just hope for more The Last of Us in any way possible.
Dice que muchas gracias a todos los que habéis estado aquí, gracias por la comunidad y tal, que le encanta formar parte de esto y que quiere más de Last of Us de todas las formas posibles.
Por supuesto. Bueno, chat, comunidad, muchas gracias por acompañarnos. Espero veros a todos pronto. Muchas gracias. Gracias, Kumai, por el gran curro que te has pegado hoy.
Bye, guys, and thank you for translating everything. Man, you need
It's
all.
a pleasure. I'm your fan. I have to do this.
You did great, all of you guys. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a nice evening
Gente,
or day or where you are.
Bye bye.
gracias. Bye.
Bye.